Hello, I'm Randy Ness. Thanks for taking the time out to watch this tape. I'm confident that what you'll see on it will help to convince you I'm the right person for your station. You'll see a wide variety of material that demonstrates the proven experience and ability I have. First, a report from News 3, a local cable television news program. This piece was produced as a follow-up report to the July 1984 Union Oil Refinery explosion near Lamont, Illinois. Following that is a portion of a newscast I anchored.
A morning thunderstorm helped extinguish the fires that burned for nearly 18 hours at the Union Oil Refinery. Daylight revealed twisted wreckage, sheet metal folded like paper, and damage to nearby homes. 14 are dead. Will County Coroner Robert Tezak told reporters that the identification process had begun. Families were being notified.
We have talked to a few of them and taken down some information, but basically they've been in touch with Union Oil.
The overwhelming question is why. Union Oil spokesman Bill Redding was vague, attributing a possible gas leak to mechanical failures. He described the scene at the site of the explosion.
Well, it's a very uncomfortable situation. There's a lot of debris and a lot of hard-working people trying to get it squared away.
The initial explosion just before 6 p.m. yesterday, and then this second blast sent debris flying more than a mile away. It blew windows out of homes and businesses even farther away.
Glass was completely all over the customers, all over the dining room. It was really something that I've never heard before.
Police fought traffic problems late this afternoon as residents lined 135th Street for a look at the devastation left behind. Randy Ness, News 3. Severe weather struck in Will County again last night. Hello, I'm Randy Ness for Channel 3 News Break. Cleanup was underway today in the area hardest hit, Romeoville, where a tornado touched down briefly around 10 p.m. Residents said they weren't sure at first if it was just a bad storm or worse. But officials confirmed today that what had passed through was a small but still dangerous tornado, as evidenced by this shed on Murphy Drive, blown here from Fremont Avenue over a mile away. About 44 homes were affected, and officials set damage estimates at around $300,000. A major decision today against state police road checkpoints. The 3rd District Appellate Court in Ottawa ruled those checkpoints unconstitutional, saying DUI roadblocks involve a significant amount of intrusion. The last time state police set up a checkpoint locally was June 30th on Route 171 in Lockport. Statewide, 764 people were arrested in just 4 hours. Over 500 charged with alcohol-related offenses. State police are hopeful they can continue with what they call an extremely effective weapon against drunk drivers. But the fate of future roadblocks is, as of today, on hold.
We researched other states and the constitutionality and other court opinions, and we felt that we had all the bases covered under our policy. So right now we're in a state of limbo waiting for an Attorney General's ruling on our procedures and policies.
Next on the tape is a piece from a magazine-type show called Will County Week I co-hosted and co-produced. This report is totally shot, written, and edited by myself. October is a time of year when firemen let the public know there's more to the fire department than putting out fires.
Fire prevention is important because a lot of people are injured nationwide and even area-wide by not knowing basic fire safety methods. And we feel if we can go into the schools and have the young people come into the stations for the visits, that they're learning some good basic fire safety tips that they're going to remember. It's very important to work with the young people because if we make friends with the young people and give them our message, they're the greatest carriers, the greatest teachers to help spread the message for us.
Firemen teach the youngsters 5 important points: to know the local fire department phone number, check the battery in their smoke detectors and have the proper fire extinguishers in their home, and to know how to react in case of a fire.
Stop, drop, and roll. That's what to do in case your clothing catches fire. We demonstrate it with usually using one of the young people. Stay low and go. If you do wake up at night, there's smoke in the house, the smoke detector's going off. We teach them to roll out of bed, not to stand up, not to breathe any smoke, to stay low, close to the floor, to crawl under any smoke that would be in the room, close the door if the fire or smoke is coming from the hallway or whatever, and use a second way out.
Knowing how to get out is important at home, work, or school, and that's where fire drills come in.
You keep everybody a little bit on their toes so they get out of the buildings when they're working around like this, and they get them in a school, and when the school's packed, you're better off having a drill at least once a month to make sure that the students do get out of the building. They know how to get out of the building. That way we don't have anybody piled up at the doors or trapped in there if we did have a fire.
But making sure adults know about fire prevention is a part of the firefighter's job as well. And exhibits in the local malls helped cover that area.
What we're here for is public education. Let them know what to do in case of a house fire, and who else to come to but a firefighter to find out what to do. We consider the adults the teachers. They'll teach their children on what to do. And when the children grow older, now they're the adults and they'll teach their children. Hopefully we'll have all the generations will be handing it down on what to do on fire safety.
Fire prevention and safety is a lot more than just talks and drills, though. The real value of it is at times very visible.
Some boys were playing with a lawnmower or something, and then hit some gasoline which spilled, and one of the boys' pants caught fire and immediately flared up. He did start to run until either he or one of the boys with him said stop, drop, and roll, which he did. And again, the injuries on that particular case were very minor, and he recovered rather quickly, and you can't even tell it today that he's ever been burned at all.
In 1985, I hosted an early morning children's variety show live over the entire cable system. It was new, innovative, and different, working with a small crew and budget. The show was community-oriented with guests including 4-H members, local animal shelter officials, exercise instructors, and more. Wake Up, that was the name of the show, gave me valuable experience with working with a small or non-existent budget, scheduling guests, teaching interns, and producing the show in general.
You never know what you're going to find on Wake Up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 7 a.m. on Joyce Cable Channel 3. Looking for a new way to get going in the morning? Wake Up with Randy Ness and Friends. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, live at 7 a.m. on Channel 3. Mornings won't be boring anymore.
Speaking of producing, 1986 was the 4th year I have voluntarily produced the televising of the Will County Cerebral Palsy Telethon. I'm proud of this accomplishment and the good it does for such a worthy cause. It has given me, in return, much valuable experience. Since late 1984, I have been working with the Aurora and Joliet, Illinois Caterpillar plants, producing 2 industrial news update videotapes per month. I'm responsible for writing, editing, and producing the programs, and turning technical subjects into something that will hold the viewer's interest and keep them informed of what's going on at work.
Hello and thanks for joining us for this edition of Joliet Background. I'm Randy Ness. Coming up on our show today, we'll learn about some efforts to keep work here at Caterpillar Joliet on the 3E17 line, and a look at one of our plant's largest consolidation efforts going on in Building B. Finally, we'll get a glimpse of the new training center office facility. This may be an unlikely setting for the start of our show, but it has a lot to do with our first story. Finally, the following is a commercial I produced while working in the Joyce Cable ad department. I include it as an example of my writing, shooting, and editing ability. Someone just walked into your store. He doesn't care about your sale or how reasonable your prices are. He didn't come to buy anything. That's why you need a video watchdog system from Video Master, the security system specialists, offering time-lapse video recording systems for businesses and commercial surveillance monitoring for industry. Don't be caught unprepared. Call the professionals at Video Master today. You've got a lot to lose.
Thank you again for your time. I've sent you this tape because I'd like to have the opportunity to work for your station and show what I can do for you.